Yo, Snoop. What's that, Dre? Spark a big one up. That right there. That's why the sun is 150 million kilometers away. Of course, it wasn't a joint. I didn't even want to smoke a cigarette. Thanks, Dre. Folks, pics. We have Australia down there. And I'm looking in a northeasterly direction. The angle, look, it would probably be even smaller, but it's a bit difficult to recreate on a globe, even a tiny globe. There's Norway. Right, and then again, the gap would be obviously like that. Yeah, so it would be tighter, and kind of look. Let's not beat around the bush. It's not 150 million kilometers away, and you can tell by the angle that Norway takes the pick and the angle that I took the pick that it cannot be 150 million kilometers away. It was difficult to recreate that on the globe, but on a flat, she's so you'd see the sun. It's a bit of a blow, isn't it, for the for the everything, really. I suppose relativity is going to be in a little bit of stick as well, isn't it? You think? And the sun, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Relativity. And then that moon's got to be local, isn't it? It has to be. People, those pictures don't prove anything. Those pictures don't prove anything. Well, they kind of do, don't they? They do a little bit. They do a little bit. They kind of do prove a little bit. They don't prove anything. How does this work then? How does that work? Sounds like hose and water coming out. Stop it. Right. What else is there to say? What are we expecting then tomorrow? On the news, mainstream media, 2 photographs, one Norway, one Australia, Queensland, proves that the sun, it's local. The moon is local. That fuel they used to go to the moon. I need to talk to those lot. Might as well kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So the moon has nothing to do, well, it's now we know it's local, but even before, it still didn't have anything to do. So here are some top reasons. Globers. No, it doesn't prove anything, they'll say. How does fucking GPS work, mate? When the moon, before we found out it was local, when it was 384,000 kilometers away, any time it was ever above a high tide would be purely coincidental. That is key. That is key in all of this, really. The 4 highest tides are all up north. That, funnily enough, is also key because you have the gravitational pull of the moon along the equator. So you'd think that highest tides, weak equatorial tides. Look, that's just what I was saying then, isn't it? Same thing. Am I being facetious? I caught myself. So weak equatorial tides. It's like 1 + 1 equals the field -2, isn't it? Everything, look. Weak equatorial tides, when the moon is orbiting along the equator. The tide drops the same way it came in, up, and it drops. Where you would think it would go, follow the bulge, follow the moon, wouldn't it? Rogue waves. Folks, there is something else displacing the water on Earth. I'm going to put rogue waves under that thing. Whatever it is, there is no explanation. And one wave, what is it? One wave helps another wave or something, and then a bigger wave is propagated. Same as a wave theory of light. Something is displacing the water on Earth, and it's not the moon. And whatever that something is, it's also responsible for the totally unexplained 30+ meter waves that come out of nowhere and sink ships. Newton. Anywhere that Newton is, question Newton. I'd love to question it. If the time ever comes when somebody, there's Newton over there, please let me question him. I'd love to talk to Newton. Kramer, Newton. And the way it's written in the encyclopedias, they just take the Mickey Mouse. They take the Mickey Mouse and people just cannot see it. Somebody's having a laugh. Somebody's having a laugh. And then we've got a quick one, a picture one, because I know a lot of people like the pictures, not the numbers. Then we have the full moon position, don't we? Still about the tides and the gravitational pull. So we have the sun, Earth, and the moon. And it is the full moon position. So that would be night, that way. Night. And everybody sees the full moon from that night side. So here we have, and it is one of the times, periods in the moon phase and yada yada, where we have the highest tides. Even though you've got the moon pulling that way, you have the sun pulling that way, but it's one of the highest tides. You'd think, wouldn't you? The moon's pulling a bit harder than the sun. You'd think that water would just kind of, make your mind up, guys, come on. Little splash, and then this, when I say everything is back to front, it's highly illogical to think that these two are gravitationally affecting the tides. In that position, the moon is going to be pulling that way, and the sun is going to be pulling that way. It is not those two. Well, we know it's not now because they're local, aren't they? They're local. And then we have, yes they are, the pics. Then we have this one, it's another cracker. This is it, that'll be it for pictures. And then I've got some pamphlets, some therapy pamphlets to hand out to those science focused, still stunned about the sun. It'll be fine. Remember, it's all about the kids. They'll appreciate moving into a logical based world where 1 + 1 = 2. You're taking porky pies, Mr. Prime Minister. 1 + 1 = 2. Yes, you are right, citizen. You are right. I will give all of that money back and more. Yes, yes, you can have the petrol cars back. That was a lie too. Right, so what we have is the moon down here, and they reckon that after the push and pull, the ones where it would be the smallest tides, because they're pulling together, they reckon that here, because it's the neap tides, isn't it? El Nipo, like the weaker of the tides. But I mean, the moon's going to be pulling there, the sun's going to be pulling there, so you 45 degrees. I'll give it a 40 degrees, because the moon has a bit more oomph, doesn't it? It's not, the sun is not going to counteract or nullify or knock out the moons. It's illogical. The bulge would just be like that, isn't it? Like magnets, or it's everything. 1 + 1 equals the field minus the 2. The 2 is nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. All right, folks. Hang on, that string came off of the thing. Hang on. I'll be back. Wir sind zurück. Right. Sun. My line of sight. North, northeast. Norway's line of sight. North. Nope, sorry, yeah, north, northeast. Nope, sorry, it's that one there. That's the one. And what we have is very close to the equator, the sun. It's near the equator, look, that's my line of sight, that angle. So always line of sight, you've seen the pics. Strange, amazing, isn't it? Tricky old sun, pesky sun, had everybody fooled for so long. A bit naughty, and then the moon. God. God. Maybe unless I missed it, and then because it was close, they overshot. 1969. And the pile's just taken off. Buzz, Collins, that was the moon, but we've only just taken off. Look. Oh shit. Well, we'll just carry on. I don't know, just having a bit of fun, that's all. Where the screams will be coming. Those pics don't prove anything, but they do. They really, really do. Don't underestimate the power of the pic. You probably might not have even taken them, that's true, but anybody can verify. It's not a secret. It's not hidden from anybody, like the solar eclipse. It's there for everybody to see. It's a thing, the solar eclipse. The moon's directly behind the sun, isn't it? Absolute light. Conspiracy theories, conspiracy theories, science, nil. Oh, might do a Simon Dan special. Throw some facts his way. Look, folks, all joking aside, it's a fascinating time to be alive. Kids will appreciate this. Logical, well, that's if you get there. But just think for yourselves, logic and common sense. 1 + 1 equals dos. That's all there is to it. That is all there is to it. All right, we're coming up to the end now. I'll be back hopefully later on today with some more science, and yeah, I think there's one more thing I'd like to do with that sun, local sun and local moon. All right, folks, laters.